I actually have a small story from when I was on a school trip to Mexico City in the 8th grade. I'll greentext this. Be me, 8th grade edgelord. Be not me, 3 middle-aged American teachers, 1 beaner teacher, 24 or so classmates. We had just gotten a room at a motel deep in the city, safe one too according to the beaner bro. The room I got was with most of my friends and an annoying kid named Derek. We were all rowdy from the drive, obviously not sleeping. The room was one with a little balcony-ish thing. Not all that large, more like an alcove with a window you can easily lean out of. Friends and Derek tire themselves out, I'm an insomniac, and I haven't taken melatonin on this trip, yet so I'm wide awake. Playing on DS for a few hours, but it goes dead sometime around 3 in the morning. Feck.mpeg. Put it on charge and pace around the room trying to make myself tired. Get out of breath, because I was a fat ass. Sit in the alcove balcony window THNG. Notice it's unusually dark out for the city. Touch window thinking there's a curtain or some. Nope, just glass. Confusion.wav. Open it up. Suddenly there's one really bright red light outside the window. Oshitniga.avi. Everything is a blur for a few minutes, but this is where the A's come in. Wake up in a weird room, best way I can describe it is like the back rooms of a large retail store, but everything is really shiny metal. And some kind of sleep paralysis. Laying on a metal slab, clearly not designed for a human body. Feel something get jabbed into my back. Vision starts pulsing. Feel sick. Body starts feeling floaty. Between the flashes of my vision going pitch black I see weird figures moving around the room. Very spindly, kind of like lobsters on 2 legs too, but with brown skin shells whatever. Eventually sickness subsides, everything else remains. Tall, white-skinned humanoid approaches me. Clicks at me incoherently. Groan in response. Clicks at me even more. Groan again, not being able to understand it. I remember vividly I couldn't speak, I could only make groaning sounds like my vocal cords were just not being allowed to work properly. It touches my throat. I immediately begin to make vocalizations but very involuntary, I wasn't in control of my own voice box. Taps on something, kind of like a clipboard, but not made of wood at all, looked more like glass. Clicks again. Walks off. Vision starts pulsating even harder. Can barely see anything, feels like the world is running in 15 FPS. Feel something tightly grip my sides. Try to scream, frozen. Immediately, like a smash cut, suddenly I'm sitting in my bed at the hotel room, screaming. Not like I just started screaming, but I was mid-scream. Thin. Be me. A couple years back, when I was still a sophomore. Have a few friends but they're really good people to hang out with. One day 2 of them get drunk. One of them was hanging in there, but the other guy was a complete shitface. In the meanwhile I was enjoying my sleep. At 2 a.m.-ish the moderately drunk guy messages me on the situation. He needs my help since it's been 2 hours since he was dragging around the other guy who at this point was 1 step away from passing out. Decided to help out, fuck it. Run a 2 miles road to reach them. When I arrive I see them in a demoralizing state. The half-drunk guy was barely able to control the other one who was worming his way across the streets yelling and spitting weight best I could describe as salvia mixed with vomit. I tried to help him carry him away, but the bastard always found ways to slip through our hands. We decided to wait until his drunken energy died out. Eventually he fell into a catatonic state. This was beneficial. For now he was way more manageable. Still refused to be carried away though. We used a carrot and a stick method, where we would verbally encourage him to walk on his feet while pushing him now and there. After managing to walk 2 yards for what it seemed to be an eternity we finally decided to call a cab. As we prepared to reach for our phones there it was a taxi just across the street. We signal it to come over. It doesn't respond to our calls. Weird.jpg. Guess the driver didn't see us. We go to him leaving our friend in need behind. He lowers his windows, then my half-drunk friend tries to explain the situation as well as he could without sounding like he was also intoxicated. He tells him that our friend is incapable of walking. The driver heard our story, but stood in silence. WTF. He then replied. Yes, but if your friend Bruiog then who's gonna clean my car? Immediately he storms off while laughing. What was this guy's problem? Be me. Mid-20s software engfag. Work for small company mostly doing business enterprise resource allocation shit. Get bored after a few years. Decide to create an alter ego online. Name him Simon, which is pretty close to my Earl name and is often what people call me when they don't remember my actual name. Steal the last name of one of my coworkers, fairly common name, also related to the old money people in our town. Mostly just use him to shitpost on public Facebook posts. Get accused of being a bot, so I start posting at least once a day. Dude is supposed to be a Dudebro Chud kind of sort, so a lot of times it's rude shit or rap lyrics. Sometimes it's stuff that I actually believe, but am too pussy to talk about ie shitting on public education and anti-natalists. Also use him to post on Kingdom Hearts and Shin Megami Tensei forums, because those are the only video games I play. A few months pass and my older brother, who is unironically autistic, announces his engagement. To this fat bitch he's only known for 6 months. I try to talk him out of it but her pussy game is too strong I guess. Enter Simon. Start messaging her on Facebook, saying I know her from somewhere. She takes the bait for a bit, but eventually stops answering my messages. One day she's streaming something live, selling jewelry or something, and I decide to have some fun. Log in as Simon and make an appearance, doing little more than saying that her jewelry is fake and low quality. She goes fucking nuclear. That's crazy. Not 100% sure if this was A's, but I have a story involving something that was absolutely not skinwalkers, wendigos, or any other ex-spook I know of. Be me, trailer trash teen. Live in the rural southeast way back in the thickets. Heading off to town, real early in the morning, about 6 a.m. Woods are dark, but not dark enough they're impossible to navigate plus I've been through these woods 20,000 times. Stop to check my shitty Samsung phone's battery. When I look up I notice that some of the shrubs were disturbed. It counter-worded, it was like the bush had something laying in it that was holding it half down. Walk over to it, turning on my flashlight to get a better look. Dial up modem.wav. No fucking clue what I'm looking at first. Takes a few seconds for me to register that it's got human skin and seems to be wriggling. Best thing I can compare it to is those flesh cube things from All Tomorrows or whatever the book was. Look around to see if there was really anything I could deduce about this thing. Nope.avi. Notice a small metal capsule not too far from it however. Looked real high-tech, but was busted open from landing on a rock. Nervously shrug it off and go to town. Flesh cubes gone when I walk back at around 8. Anyone know black magic or who I should pray to in order to make this happen ASAP? Yes. But with power comes responsibility and from this, I should get the inheritance and life insurance money. Now I'm entitled to it, it's mine. I can see you lack responsibility. Grow the fuck up and take responsibility for your own choices in life. Be me. Desire wealth. Do some X-tier shit for wealth. Grandparent dies. Leaves me money. Just coincidence.jpg. Do it again. Other grandparent dies. Leaves me more money. Actually like that one. Now would give any amount of money to have her back. Taught me responsibility. Can literally kill anyone using thought power alone. But like Siddhis or even a mastery of martial arts, the entire point of having them is not using them. Be me. Spend entire life as a militant atheist actually so dumb lel. Fall into a deep depression. Start doing weed on a regular basis. Start doing shrooms on a regular basis. Life falls apart. Cut out the drugs cold turkey. Feel like my spiritual side has opened up. Start seeing weird coincidences. Start feeling spirits. Wild dreams. Feel like I have innate inner knowledge of spiritual things that I can never pass on to anyone because I lack the ability to explain them. Family just thinks I have latent mental illness from weed use. TFW no credibility because long-term weed use creates mental illness. They might be right, idk. Happened a while ago, but can't stop thinking about it. Be me. Go home late one night from work at around 2 a.m. Driving on a long stretch of road with some nice houses that have their own streetlights. Rained earlier and there looks like a puddle on the ground. There's weird reflection in the puddle. 2 red dots. That's weird, I don't see what that could be a reflection of. WTF, there's nothing that could be a reflection of. Why the fuck does it look like those little dots are moving that way? This took all of like 2 seconds to run though my head can barely fucking See what looks like a little black mass distinct from the dark pavement with the red dots. As I get closer the thing it gets lower and lower into the puddle it resides in. Don't look back, because I don't want to think about it, and it's right before a little hill, and I couldn't see it, even if I wanted to. Not sure what it was but I'm gonna run it over, if I see it again. Be me. Blink. lolf.png. In stare dimension. Look behind me. Weird naked emaciated white guy staring at me. Ob monster. Do drop kick. Ride his ass all the way down the stairs. Reach bottom after 30 minutes. Exit out into my apartment stairs. Go home. Be me. Learned about astral projection a week ago. In dream trying to fall asleep again. Hear really fucking loud noise that's almost like really loud static. Pop out of body. Panic. Try to slam self back into body to no avail. Open eyes to find I can't close them again. Remember how if you will yourself back into body you'll go back. Will self back into body. Wake up into other dreams screaming and crying. Wake up for real and make this post. Is it a sign I shouldn't astral project? Did I wake up for real and